Hey YouTube, Peterbilt Knife Guy. Today I'm going to be doing a review in my style, which is just rambling on about stuff, of the Leatherman Wave. The reason this other crap is up here is because, first off, I freaking love this knife. The SP6, Ontario SP6, this has become my new EDC. It replaced the Bowie knife. I don't really consider this a Bowie knife, just a large knife. I freaking love it. I'll just set that up there. Secondly, I also have a local little store I go to and get, my beer and stuff. And I've seen this for like 6 years just sitting on a shelf. And I finally asked him, I'm like, what is that? Is that a keychain or something? And the guy was just like, I don't know, take it. You can have it. It's been sitting here. I'm like, freaking awesome. I don't know why, but I collect little stupid things. And this is now going in my little stupid thing collection. And one day when I die, my kid will get to go through that and wonder, what in the world was my dad thinking? So yeah, that was kind of cool. Down to the Leatherman Wave. This is my Leatherman Wave. This is my most used one. This particular one, I have swapped out the blade for a 154 cm blade. It's not hard. In my job, I have access to these security Torx bits. Pulled it apart, put a little bit of blue Loctite in there. When I tightened it back up, works fantastic. No blade play, smooth, easy access. Definitely, if you don't want to spend the money to upgrade to the the better ones with the better steel, you can replace the blade. I think some companies even make like Damascus steel blades that you can put in your Leatherman Wave. In my opinion, the Leatherman Wave is probably one of the best Leatherman products that has come out. It's been wildly successful compared to the other ones, and still is successful now. You can still get them for, I think, right around $100, maybe a little cheaper, maybe a little more, depending on where you go. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about it is, I don't know if you watched any of my videos, I freaking hate serrated blades. They're stupid and pointless to me. If I don't see how they cut through, I don't know, like rope or seatbelt any easier than an actually sharp knife. But, it comes with one. I find it worthless. It's like chiseled ground. So you got a bevel on that side, flat on this side. I wish I could just, honestly, I should have put the 420 HC blade here and got rid of this. And then I'd actually have two. That way if one gets dull, flip it over, got another one. So yeah, this is one of their, I don't know if it's their first model that came out with the outside accessible blade, tools where it's a one-hand operated blade. Liner locks on all four of the blades, or whatever the tools are. You got a file and a saw. This is the saw. It's locked. This is probably my favorite feature. These saws on these little Leatherman Waves are the most aggressive, sharp, cutting things you can use. I mean, you can saw through tiny little branches damn quick with one of these. And I mean, you could probably go, I don't know, I'd say at least 1.5 inches. I mean, you can be careful not to bend or break your blade, but you could definitely cut some 1.5 inches pretty damn quick with one of these. They're just stupid sharp. But let's see what we got. We got a file on the outside. The diamond file is actually useful. I don't find this guy useful very much. It's too, I don't know if it's soft for metal. Yeah, it doesn't even want to touch metal. But I don't know what you'd use that for, to be honest with you. But this is useful. You can actually sharpen other knives on here. It's diamondy enough to where you could actually re-edge a knife with one of these. So that's good, because I mean, I never would just carry just a Leatherman. I'm rambling on here again now. This is my older version. I prefer the non-replaceable cutters that they come with now. I feel this is just a stouter I feel the head on this is just stouter. I feel like when they added the replaceable cutters, which was a good idea, but it also, I think it lessened the structural integrity of the blade, or you know, the plier head itself, because I've actually had them break on me twice. This guy, rock solid. I haven't even bent the tips yet. Sometimes if you get in there and you pry, you know, you're twisting, you can actually misalign these, but these ones actually stayed pretty good. They're just, this has been rock solid. Inside you got your standard bottle opener and can opener, blah blah blah. These bits are actually fantastic. The bits that come with these guys, I don't have the kit with me, but they are very well made material. I don't know what they are. I know they're hardened, but they're good. They're really good. You know, typically on multi-tools, you know, everything's gonna be whatever steel they make everything else out of, and you know, you go to use a screwdriver and you just end up turning it into a corkscrew because it's crap. It's a visible screwdriver. This guy, actually a usable screwdriver, and the Phillips too. These like 2D Phillips. Come on, there we go. Pretty awesome. Great stuff. I use them all the time at work. On the other side, you do have a screwdriver. I've seen where people have actually turned these into a chisel. I did it onto my other Leatherman where I made it into a chisel where you can scrape shit, and that worked great because I have no need for this. You can use it as a pry bar and a scraper. If you kind of you grind that down basically like a chisel, and works good. The eyeglass screwdriver, and you know, it's got a Phillips and a flathead on here, little tiny eyeglass thing. This is also hardened steel, and they break extremely easy. I've had multiple problems with these breaking. This is probably the third or fourth one I've had. So I don't use it unless I absolutely have to use it. It's not stout at all. The scissors on here are good. They actually work pretty damn good for the size of scissors they are. Spring loaded, very fantastic. They just they work like they should. Well, that's good. Got a tape measure in here, which is stupid. They should have put the tape measure on the outside. It's where you could, I guess they couldn't. So I'm rambling again, but yeah, you can see you got tape measure measurements in here. You do have a little spot to put a lanyard on if you want to. It pulls out, so you can hook it onto your keys or hook it onto a backpack, or put a little paracord, you know, knot thing on there if you want. I choose not to because I just keep it in a backpack or in my work truck. But yeah, Leatherman Waif, one of Leatherman's most successful multi-tools out there. If you haven't had one, where have you been?